Everybody, happy Friday. We've made it through the week. We have an 8-game baseball slate for tonight that we're going to talk about in this video. So before we get started, please do me a big favor and drop a like on the video. Let's try to get 100 likes on this, and subscribe if you have not already. 8 games today. We have maybe a couple rain spots in Philadelphia maybe. But we'll get more information about that later in the day. I follow Kevin Roth on Twitter, who keeps us up to date with the weather. All right, so my first pitcher spot that I like is Shane Bieber. He's facing the Toronto Blue Jays. The Blue Jays have been terrible offensively this year. Bottom 5 in weighted runs created plus against right-handed pitching. They have strike out a ton. Shane Bieber does have great strikeout stuff. He's pitching at home. I really like the spot for Shane Bieber, so I'm going to go ahead and plug him in as my SP1. The second pitcher that I like is actually going to be from that same game. I don't do this very often, but I feel like this is another spot where you can target the same pitchers from the same game. I expect a low-scoring game here. Trent Thornton at 6,200. He pitched amazing in his first start. He is still very cheap at 6,200. This Cleveland offense is not good, and without Lindor in there, and then Jose Ramirez, he got pulled from yesterday's game with the sore foot. So if he's not in there, then the lineup obviously gets 10 times worse. He's their only really good hitter in the lineup. Like I said yesterday's video, the bottom half is really, really bad. So I'm going to go ahead and just target both pitchers from this game. I expect a low-scoring game here, and I'm not super confident in other guys that are above him in price. So I think both of these guys are really good plays today. I'm going on to the bats. I like the Brewers stack today. I also like the Rangers against Pena. I like the Rangers against Pena because Felix Pena has struggled a lot against lefties in his career, and the Rangers do have a bunch of good, powerful lefties like Gallo, Mazzara if he's in there, Cabrera, Odor, Chu. They are loaded with lefties, so I think the Rangers make for an appealing stack. The first guy I like is going to be Jesus Aguilar at 4,400. So against a lefty in Quintana, he's been great against lefties in his career. He's hit about 20 points higher against lefties than righties. Last season, he broke out for like 35-ish home runs, I believe. He has gotten off to kind of a slow start so far this season, only 4 hits and 22 at-bats. But, he's playing at home. It's a great park to hit in. Quintana gave up 20 home runs last season to righties. He's going to be hitting right in the heart of the lineup, and it feels like it's a good spot to target some of these Brewers hitters. So I like Jesus Aguilar at 4,400. I'm going to go with Asdrubal Cabrera at 4,000. He's been swinging a very hot bat to start the season. Already has 3 home runs. He's hitting right in the heart of the lineup. He's been really good. He's a switch hitter, but has a lot of power against righties when he hits from the left side of the plate. So at 4,000, he's pretty cheap still, considering the other guys that are priced above him. He's been really good so far this season. Going to attack him in this spot. In the outfield, I'm going to go with Christian Yelich, so at 5,300. I feel like it's a great spot to get Yelich as a low-owned option. He's not going to be high-owned at all against a lefty, but Yelich absolutely mashed lefties last season, even though he is a lefty himself. But he mashed lefties last year. He hit 337 against lefties, 16 points higher than righties. He also hit an ISO of 250 against lefties last year. Slugging percentage was 587. So I feel like in this spot, nobody's going to play him just because he's facing Quintana, who's a lefty. You can get him at low ownership. He has great numbers against lefties last season, and he's been crushing the ball so far this year. At home, he's playing really, really well. So I love Christian Yelich today. And then finally, I'm going to go with Joey Gallo. I love to get power hitters in my lineup. Gallo is definitely a power hitter. He either is going to hit it a long way or he's going to strike out. He never really gets a lot of singles. He hits doubles, home runs, and strikes out mainly. At 4,700, facing a righty. I love Gallo here. He has a ton of power against righties. Pena, like I said, struggled against lefties for his career. And this Rangers offense is pretty good, so I'm expecting them to be really stackable this year. They have a lot of good hitters in the lineup, especially when they're facing a righty. So that's what I like for this 8-game slate. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed. You can join us by hitting the link in the description. And good luck today.